Welcome to part 2 of the How to Prepare for 2024 and Master the Great Reset 4-part presentation series. I'm your host, Trevor, with Master Your Reality. And in this presentation, this is part 2, we're going to get into the 2,000-year cycle, the transition of the ages into the Age of Aquarius. Not the macro cycles you're probably thinking of. We're going to get much more esoteric in this video, but I think these astrological cycles have much more authority over our reality than anything else. So again, this is part 2. This is the bigger picture, and so just a quick disclaimer, nothing in this presentation is to be taken as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and come to your own conclusions and be the master of your reality. Okay, so let's get into this. So millionaires don't use astrology, the billionaires do. JP Morgan said that. And there's a reason why the billionaires use astrology. And that is because of the 5th Hermetic principle of rhythm. Okay. As you know, if you've watched my video on the 7 Hermetic principles, the 5th Hermetic principle is about rhythm. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. It's pretty cool. They're basically universal principles that you can apply in reality to better play the game of reality. Anyway, the 5th Hermetic principle, rhythm, right, states everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Alright, and so this 5th Hermetic principle can be applied to many things. The turning of the heavens, right? The planets, right? The moon, the sun, they all have their cycles. They all have their revolutions. And there's a rhythm to it. There's an ebb and flow to it. So the turning of the heavens, we can apply this principle. The rise and fall of nations. The adoption and abandonment of systems, right? Through the emotions of, getting excited for something new, and then it becomes boring, and then problems arise, and then you hate it, and then you abandon it, right? It's all mental, right? That comes back to the first principle, all is mind. The price fluctuations of markets, right? This is, again, emotion, right? Fear and greed. You buy something because you think it's going to go up, and then, it goes down, and you're fearful it'll go down more. Instead of buying more of something that you like, you sell because you give in to the fear. And then the price goes up, and you get greedy, and you say, "Oh no, it's gonna keep going up." So you buy when it's going up, and then the price goes down, and these cycles repeat. That's how retail investors lose money in markets. So, right, the emotions of fear and greed. The status of world currencies, which is a great deal of what this presentation is about. All right, the 6th Hermetic principle also has its role in all this. They all do, but we're just going to mainly focus on the 5th and 6th principle for this video, right? Cause and effect. And what I want to focus on with this principle is what is the cause of the effects in this reality, right? What is the biggest cause, of why people do what they do, what happens in the world? And obviously it's people making choices, right? People making decisions. But I think what influences their decisions more than anything else are the higher planes of reality. So we're going to talk about that in this video. And the higher planes of this reality are the heavens, right? The stars, the planets. Those are the higher planes, the higher bodies, the higher They are bodies of energy, right? They are concentrations of energy. Whatever you think they are, you know, it doesn't matter what you think they are. They're energy. They're concentrations of energy, and they have an effect on our reality. Okay, so generally speaking, the higher planes of existence are the causes of the lower planes of existence. All right, so the mental plane, your thought plane, that plane is really not, it doesn't come from this three-dimensional, this realm, right? It comes from a higher plane. And your thoughts, your choices, those are what dictate your actions in this density, this third density world, right? So, but that comes from a higher plane. Let's continue. The heavens, right? The sun, moon, stars, planets have the greatest effect on our realm on a mass scale. Okay, I'm not talking about individual scale, but they do on an individual level. But I'm talking about on a mass scale. The alignment and positioning of these energy frequencies is what determines the overall theme, the overall taste of this reality. Okay. So we're going to apply this logic to better help us understand global macroeconomics and finances. I think this is important because it proves to me that we will 100% be using blockchain technology as money in the near future. Okay? All right. So, how does astrology affect us, right? Remember, everything is energy vibrating at certain frequencies, which includes you, me, the sun, the moon, and all the planets and constellations, all the stars, right? It's all energy. Everything is interacting with everything. It's all connected. All right? It's all one system that is constantly seeking balance. Okay? So just as the light from the sun, right, is piercing our bodies and changing our DNA, changing our frequency on a cellular level, so is the light from all other luminary bodies in the sky, only on a much lower level. Obviously, the sun and moon have the greatest effect on us, then the other planets on a more subtle level, and finally all the other groupings of the little lights in the sky we call the stars. And so I haven't dove in too deep into the science of like the light actually, you know, coming in and altering our DNA. I think a lot of it has to do with whatever gravity is, right? The moon, you know, pulls the water on the earth, which creates tides. So obviously that has a huge effect on our reality. But the planets obviously are having a much more subtler effect. It's probably more of like the gravity, whatever gravity is, that force working than it is like the light from the luminaries. But it's probably both. You know, it's just everything. These things are energy centers, and they are without a doubt influencing our reality. There is a cause and effect to everything, and chance is but just a name for an unknown cause, right? The positioning of these luminary bodies is the causation of the phenomena we experience here, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you that, oh, if you have Mars in this constellation or whatever, then that means that this is going to happen. No, I don't think... you know, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to figure all that out. All we need to know is the overall theme of the luminary bodies, right? The planets and the constellations. We just need to know what their overall theme is and what the overall theme is of the macro cycles that we're moving into. And so we're going to get into that right now. Right after this, though. Astrology, because this is a really good analogy. So I often get like people are so confused as how this stuff works. Like everyone thinks astrology is just like some woo woo, new age nonsense. But so this analogy of astrology is the sheet music of reality, I think, is the best one out there that really explains how astrology affects us. Okay, so think of the sun, moon, planets, and stars like a grand piano. Okay, each luminary body is like a different note on the piano. So depending on their position and proximity to us is like how loudly we hear each note, that note. Also, each planet's correspondence with other planets and stars at any given moment is like a chord being played on the piano. Okay? However, instead of music being heard, we actually see the effects of these frequencies being manifested on the world stage. So, if you look at the like the chart, the zodiac chart or astrology chart, you'll see the different positionings of the planets and all everything. So this is like different chords, right, being played, and so one chart might be boom, that's that chord, and then boom, there's another chord. But the way it actually happens is it's not like boom, here's another chord, and then immediately boom, here's another chord. It's more of a fade, right? It's a slow transition into the next chord. So we don't really realize it in the now moment, right? It takes time for us to actually see these effects play out over time. If you were to take like snapshots in history and then put that next to the astrology chart for that date, you can see the effects, like those themes playing out in that moment. And so that's like a note. It's like a chord being played on reality. So that's just the best way that I can explain it, how these things affect our reality. All right. So moving on to the astrological age, right? We're going to talk about the transitioning. We are currently in a transitioning period of an astrological age. So what is the astrological age? This is a 24,000 year cycle, okay? And we enter a new age about every 2,000 years, okay? Think about that number, 2,000. Each age brings a new energetic theme to this realm, okay? And we are currently transitioning from Pisces into Aquarius, all right? I'm going to explain how all this works very simplified, all right? So there's the Pisces imagery is two fish, right? The yin and the yang. That's what the yin yang is. It's two fish. There's the sign for it. All right, and you can see they're swimming against each other. You could say they're chasing each other. They're fighting each other, or you could say they're dancing. They're playing with each other. However you want to look at it. We're transitioning into Aquarius, which is the water bearer. Sorry if you can hear a lawnmower. They're mowing the grass today around here, of course, when I'm filming the video. But anyway, back to the video. Aquarius is the water bearer, all right? If you look up Aquarius imagery, you'll also see a man bearing a pitcher of water, and that's just the constellation, right? The man bearing a pitcher of water. This is just what the ancients look up in the stars, and they look at the constellations, and they say, that looks like that. So the man bearing a pitcher of water, and then there's the sign. So take a look at the differences between the two symbols, the two little black symbols there at the bottom for each one. The Pisces is kind of like these two clashing forces, right? And then Aquarius is more like a flowy, like energetic vibration. And so the age of Pisces is what we have been in since the year 0 AD. Pisces is the age that we've been in for the past 2,000 years. And this is symbolized by the two fish, and this symbolizes duality. And you can see this, right? If you look back in history, for the past 2,000 years, it's almost been as if science and religion have been going like head to head with each other. You know, there hasn't been a harmonious union between the two studies, I guess. I think we're seeing that more than ever, the clash between the two, as we near the end of this age. And we're giving birth to something new, which I think will be a union between the two. And so, right, the two fish, they swim, they're swimming against each other. The Age of Aquarius is the water that they swim in. So it is unity, okay? It is one. So that's the big takeaway that I want y'all to get from this, is that Pisces is duality and Aquarius is unity. All right. Now, moving on. So, how the astrological age works and is measured is what we're going to talk about now. An astrological age is defined by the constellation of the zodiac in which the vernal equinox lies. Okay? So you can see down here in this image, the vernal equinox is the spring equinox, right? Vernal, virgin, right? Virgin. If you think of like all the plants in the spring, they're brand new, right? This is why it's like the virgin, the vernal. It's like new life, you know. So this is when we basically measure whatever zodiac sign that the sun is in at noon on the vernal equinox is whatever the astrological age that we're in. So for the past 2,000 years, on the vernal equinox, the sun has been in Pisces. Okay. Astrological ages change because of the phenomena known as the precession of the equinoxes. One complete period of this precession is about 25,925 years. Right, there's a lot of disagreement between the lengths and the beginning. When does each age start and how long is a total precessional cycle? I like to simplify things, and so there's 12 zodiac signs, 24 hours in a day, 24,000 year cycle, okay, and 2,000 years per age. Okay, that just simplifies things. I think that's what it actually is, but you know, there's a lot of disagreement out there. So just so y'all know, a lot of people say 26,000, some say 25,000. You know, we might just be going through a slower part of the cycle right now, which makes it seem longer. So yeah, I think it makes more sense that it's 24,000 years because there's 12 zodiac signs, right? But it might be messed up. It might be 25,925 years. You know, it's not a big difference though. An astrological age is defined as the period of time during which the vernal equinox point can be found in a particular constellation. So if you see on this little chart on the bottom right with the wheel, the Earth, we are currently moving out of Pisces into Aquarius. Now, I don't like this chart because it just has the ages in like little blocks, and in reality, it's not how it works. It's not like, you know, wake up one day and oh hey, we're in the age of Aquarius now. We are in the transition period into Aquarius. Okay, this probably is going to last about 200 or so years. Right, so it doesn't just shift in immediately into one age. It kind of phases in, right? It's a transition, which makes sense with the, you know, how the stars actually align. We phase into the energy of Aquarius, all right? So, all right, let's talk about the equinox, okay? And just a basic understanding of a year, all right? How it's supposed to work. So, March is the first month of the year. It's not January, okay? That's corrupt, okay? The vernal equinox is the first day of the year. Then we get spring, right? Then we have the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year. Then we have the autumnal equinox. I don't know if it's equinox or equinox. I've been saying equinox. Autumnal equinox in September, right? And then we get fall. Then we have the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. All right, and then we repeat the cycle. But we use the vernal equinox to measure the age because the vernal equinox marks the new year. Therefore, whatever zodiac sign we are in for that year sets the stage in a way for the energy for that year. All right, so if you look at my nice little year wheel that I made here, March is the first month, then April, then May, then June, and we move into summer. Then July, then August. All right, and now here's where you can obviously tell that this is how the calendar is supposed to work. Okay, September. Sept means seventh in Latin. Septima. Okay. Oct. We all know oct, right? Octagon is an 8-sided polygon. Okay, so octo. Octavo is 8 in Latin. Nov, November, noveno, right? That is Spanish for ninth. So November is the 9th month of the year. 10th is decimatio in Latin. So December is the 10th month of the year. 11th, that's the January. And then February is the 12th month of the year. So really just September, October, November, December. Those are the ones where you can like obviously tell because of the language. So yeah, this is how the year is supposed to work. And the vernal equinox is the first day of the year. And that's why we use it to measure the astrological age. All right, so now we're going to talk about some of the themes and energies of Pisces and Aquarius. And you'll be able to see when I talk about Pisces, you'll be able to definitely notice some of the themes, some of the energies that we've been in. And Aquarius, some of the stuff we can look forward to, some of the stuff we might not want to look forward to, but are coming regardless. So the age of Pisces is the old paradigm, which is me. All right. The age of Aquarius is the new paradigm, we. All right. Pisces is ego and body identification. Age of Aquarius is ego to soul activation. Pisces, separation from others. Aquarius, unity and diversity. Pisces, lack or scarcity mentality. Aquarius, abundance mentality. Pisces, tribalism, us versus them. Aquarius, global community, one world government. Pisces, hierarchical governance. Aquarius, horizontal to self-governance. Pisces, religious beliefs. Aquarius, spiritual awakening to self. Pisces, blind faith. Aquarius, intuitive self-knowing. Pisces, God is outside of you. Aquarius, source is within you. Pisces, you need an external savior. Aquarius, you are your own savior. Pisces, self-sacrifice or martyrdom. Aquarius, self-empowerment. Pisces, rigid family structure. Aquarius, fluid family groups. Traditional sexual roles in Pisces, and Aquarius, fluid intimate connections. Pisces, planetary exploitation. Aquarius, planetary sustainability. We can see this theme coming on strong right now. Pisces, binary or linear thinking, and Aquarius, multi-frequential connectivity. So to me, the Age of Aquarius just is what it is. There are certain aspects of it I don't think I will enjoy or easily transition into, and other aspects I will gladly welcome. Whatever happens, happens, and the best thing I can do is accept it and move forward. There will always be aspects of duality in this world. This third dimension is the dimension of extreme duality. Also because that is the Hermetic principle of polarity. Everything is dual. And while I don't think it will be like a new golden age for all mankind, I do think we will begin to see the waters begin to mix, if you will. And out of that mixture will come beautiful, unique, and terrifying creations. But it's going to get turbulent. Remember, this transition will take hundreds of years and is more of a phase-in of energy rather than a flip of the switch. But make no mistake, the transition has begun and will only get stronger. Okay, there is no going back to Pisces. There's only an advancing of Aquarian energy. Okay, so hopefully you resonated with some of the Pisces characteristics and Aquarian Age of Aquarius characteristics and your own experiences in life. However that resonates with you, but these are the themes. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with any of this. This was just like an image I found on Google Images, but I think it makes sense. But yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. What energies do you summarize with Aquarius and Pisces? Let me know. Okay, so finally, we've been talking about all this crazy, astrology stuff. How does blockchain fit into this? How do we tie this all back to blockchain, cryptocurrency, where you can take this information and understand that how to become a better investor, really, how you can take this information to become a better investor. So let's talk about Piscean-based economics and Aquarian-based economics. And this is where you should be able to see that we are definitely 100% moving into a blockchain-based economy. All right. So the old system, well, let's just, for simplicity, so I don't have to keep saying Pisces and Aquarius, let's just say the old system, which is Pisces, and the new system, Aquarius, okay? The old system is built on trust. We covered this in the first video. The new system will be trustless, right? Blockchain is trustless technology. Old system is based on division, right? Just like, there's duality, there's lots of division, there's many currencies, all right? Just how it is now, right? There's thousands of cryptocurrencies, many currencies. Aquarian is about unity, all right? Not saying one currency, but I'm saying a lot less, all right? There's going to be a merging of energies, merging of currencies. Could we get a one world currency? Maybe. And if we do get the one world currency, I don't think it will be within the next 10 years. Okay? After that, maybe. All right, deception. The old system is based on deception. The new system is one of transparency. Okay? These blockchains are public ledgers. Anyone can verify. The old system is permissioned. Okay? You need permission, often at multiple levels. The new system will be self-authenticating. Your authentication is the only permission that it needs to function. All right. The old system has a lot of separation. New system will be all about inclusion. Okay. And you can see this with like what they're doing in Africa, right? Stellar XLM is going to be playing a huge role in mobile banking, right? These third world countries, right? they don't have banking infrastructure. They don't have big financial institution infrastructure, but most of their citizens have a smartphone. It's crazy. And so that's going to allow them to be included in this new digital financial system without the banking infrastructure. All they need is a phone. Okay? Scarcity and theft. All right? A lot of fraud, a lot of a lot of scarcity mentality, a lot of lack mentality. The new system will be about abundance and giving. I think, if a lot of people are enriched, the ones who see this coming like we do, okay, we're gonna come into a lot of wealth, and I'm gonna give a lot of that back, through literally money giving back, through projects. There's gonna be a ton of humanitarian projects that come into the mix because of all this. So basically, this is all written in the stars, guys, all right? And by understanding that astrology is the primary cause of the majority of effects in our reality, we can apply the study of astrology to our investments and make much wiser long-term decisions with our money. Additionally, by knowing this, we can understand that day-to-day news and geopolitical conflict is simply the effect of the higher planes of causation, and essentially a means to an end, right? We know where this is going. So, what's going on right now with all the conflict is just how we get there, okay? So also, by knowing this, we don't have to get wrapped up in the emotions of what's happening, right? We as divine beings, all right, you and me, the viewers watching this, you are divine beings. You are divinely protected, okay? You have nothing to fear. And so we can protect our energy, right? We can stay ahead of the natural pendulum swing of the masses, okay? By knowing what types of phenomena to expect on the world stage and preparing accordingly. Remember, the masses are swung back and forth on the mental pendulum and moved about on the chessboard of life like pawns, while we, the masters, all right, knowing how it really works, we operate on the higher planes of existence and stay ahead of the masses. All right, that's why this channel is so special. What we're doing here is incredible. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of it. All right, so quickly before we wrap things up, some other Aquarian things to expect emerging in the next 50 years or so. AI, right? Artificial intelligence. That's happening right now, and that also has an S curve that is increasing exponentially with cryptocurrency. You have to understand, cryptocurrency, blockchain, and AI are like a match made in heaven. Okay. The blockchain is going to be the data that feeds the AI. All right. And so, it's going to be very interesting how those two evolve together. All right. Aliens. Comment down below what you think about that. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe it is these extraterrestrials, but maybe it's just us. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that is one thing that be on the lookout for. Don't be surprised if there is a big event on the world stage, specifically next year, 2024. I have a feeling that if they are gonna pull that card, then that'll be the year to do it. All right, frequency healing technology. This is something I am really looking forward to experiencing. But it's some kind of frequency healing technology. It creates the environment for the body to heal itself. And so this is something I'm really interested in getting into. But yeah, so that is awesome. One world government. Maybe. The UN is basically the UN is basically that. Okay. And so I don't know if we'll see the absolute dissolving of individual nations? Probably not, but you never know. That is a Aquarian thing, is the unity instead of division. So included with that will obviously be one world currency / financial system. A bridge currency like XRP is just one step in that direction. So again, none of this stuff is guaranteed, but I'm just letting y'all know what some of the Aquarian things that big things that I have come in contact with. So that is one. Something very interesting is the free / 0 point energy technology. All right, this is already exists. All right, it's just being very suppressed, very hidden, which obviously is what powers the anti-gravity technology and craft, which we will get much later. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to get a UFO. All right, that's my goal. I want the UFO. All right. So let me know what I missed in the comments, guys. Comment down below what other things you think we have coming down the pike for us. And yeah, I think that is it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all watching. I know this was a much more in-depth, much more esoteric video. Probably a lot of stuff that y'all have never heard of, but thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for part 3, the new financial system, where we will deep dive into what money is and dive into blockchain and XRP, and I'll give my case for the big case behind XRP. Anyways, much love. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, master your reality.